It's always fun when I get to have two sewing machines side by side for a comparison video. Hi, I'm Sara from sewingmastery.com, and today we are comparing the brand new Husqvarna Viking Onyx 15 and Onyx 25 sewing machine. So we are doing tutorials on each of these different ones. So specifically how to use it, how to thread it, how to clean it, take care of it, and then how to use all the stitches that are on these machines. So once you find those tutorials, there's always a playlist in the description of the YouTube video where you can click and then start at the beginning and kind of watch them in order. So you really kind of get an understanding of how it works and kind of build and then end up with some nice exotic techniques that sometimes even your manual don't kind of cover. We go into twin needle and how to free motion quilt, which you can do on these machines. You can also use our video tutorials to see which one of these machines is right for you. So you can start watching them and see, oh yeah, that's the model I think I want to do. Or, oh, I don't want to spend as much money, so I'm going to do the more basic model, and it will be fine. It will cover what I'm wanting to learn and use the machine for. Or if you've already bought the machine, you can definitely start to master your machine from beginning to end. Pretty much we do a video on every page of your manual. So let's get into just some of the basics. You are noticing that these machines are very, very similar. So I don't have a ton of things that are different. So one of the things that you're going to notice is this machine has 23 stitches and the Onyx 25 actually has 32 stitches. So a few more stitches for you to use, stretch stitches, decorative stitches. Now, if you know me at all, I do love to turn some of our more utility stitches into decorative stitches just by using some fun threads, like variegated threads. We have an online course called our Husqvarna Viking Stitching Cosmos online course. That course is designed to have every block teach you a different sewing technique, and honestly, you don't have to have a ton of stitches. We do talk about accessory feet, which by the way, these machines do take the genuine Husqvarna Viking feet. So they're not the generic feet. You have access to all those specialty feet that the Husqvarna Viking top-of-line sewing machines owners use. You are using those same feet on these machines. So speaking of feet, the Onyx 15 comes with 7 feet, and this one comes with 8 feet. And the one extra foot that comes with this machine is just a 1/4 inch foot. So not to say that not just, but you could always buy that for this machine if that is something that you are doing. More of your quilters will probably find a 1/4 inch foot would be helpful for that perfect 1/4 inch guide and seam allowance that you do. So we do a video on how to get that perfect 1/4 inch seam, some needles I recommend, and even some thread that's a little thinner that can make a huge difference for getting exact 1/4 inch seam allowances. The other thing that you'll notice on this machine is this machine, the Onyx 25, has one extra dial on the top. See how it's empty, it's gone over here, and it's okay. This is for stitch width and needle positions. Now, no fear, this machine has stitch width options for your zigzag. You have all the different narrow to wide features and also needle positions where you can actually move it from center to the side. So yes, you don't have as infinite options, but here you would. So if that is important to you, you might take a look at that Onyx 25. The other thing that it has is a one-step buttonhole. Now, this machine does have buttonholes. It's just you do it as a 4-step, and we'll be doing a video on how to make the perfect 4-step buttonholes. A one-step buttonhole allows you to put a button in the back of the buttonhole foot, and then it does it exactly to that size. On a 4-step buttonhole, you do get a buttonhole foot, so that helps you track it nice and even so the legs aren't like going sideways. But you do have to, and you can make it any size you want. So you are in control of each of the length of the legs. It's not hard, it's just done a slightly different way. So if you are getting into doing some garments, or like I like to teach, Buttonholes are used in a lot of other places, not just garments. I like to use them to be decorative. I'll weave ribbons through them. That is one of the things we do in this course. But you could also use it for like a drawstring bag or even drawstring pants. So maybe you got a grandson, he's got really narrow hips and those pants are always falling off. You can put 2 buttonholes, do a drawstring, and then he can always have it always cinched up so it fits him as needed. So I do use buttonholes in other places, a lot of home decor things I need to like hook over a hook or pull back like on a curtain. So yes, buttonholes are a thing. Even if you're not a garment construction person. So whether you are using this machine for quilting or home deck or some mending, by the way, we do a mending stitch on these machines, super easy, where you can really fill in like an area that's maybe been ripped or pulled apart, and we teach you how to do that. So the basic other feet, from blind hems to putting a zipper on, there's zipper feet that come with it, there's an overlock foot, there's all sorts of utility feet that we are going to cover with these machines. So I hope you'll take a look at what these have. I do want to show you one more. It's on both the machines, so we're not really comparing it, but they have what's called a little sewing advisor. And it just pulls out the bottom here, and there's 2 levels. One if you're working with stretchy fabric, or one if you're working with woven fabric. So both the little guides here allow you to pick the technique that you want to do, and then the little picture or chart will show you which stitch you should use, which foot, which tension setting, and then what the setting should be for that stitch. So it's really great if you're a new sewer, or even for me, sometimes I'm like, which stitch should I use again for that? It will guide you. If you're working on stretchy fabrics, your stitches are going to be slightly different than if you're working on woven fabric. So there's a guide for that. And then in the manual, which by the way, you get a printed manual with these machines, you will also be able to kind of start to recognize what some of those symbols are if they're unfamiliar to you. So I hope you'll check out all the video tutorials we do. There's always a link to the playlist in the description of each of the videos we create, and then that way you can always find the link, go back to the beginning, and watch them in order. So if that is helpful for you, and we do, we sew sometimes, and then we maybe go 6 months and we don't stitch for a while, and we're like, I wonder what stitch I should be using. You can always come back to these videos for reference. They're always going to be at your fingertips. So no matter who's using this machine, we can always be close by, and you and I can figure out these machines and help you master them from A to Z. So thank you for watching. I hope you'll check out these machines at your local Husqvarna Viking store and sew on them. See if it's a machine that you like, or maybe compare them to some of the other models that they might sell. Remember, a lot of your stores give you classes. Take advantage of those. And then also your local store is there to provide you with service. Have your machine serviced once a year. It makes a difference. They'll last longer and they'll treat you right. Oh my gosh. So thank you for watching. Happy sewing, everyone.